Video is an example of a variable product. First, we're going to have to locate one of the flower examples. So I'm going to go to the end of this list, which should take us to the flower examples. Here's one here, okay? So, like before, I'm going to duplicate this. I'm not going to go in and edit it directly. Click duplicate first. This will generate a copy. So the first thing that you're going to do is put in the shelf info, which in this case we'll do private reserve. And then I do it a little bit different than this, and I'll change the example so it reflects that correctly. It's actually the strain name, so I'll put in LA Kush, and I'll put the name of the farm from Bearwoods and Bearwoods Farm, just like that. And that's actually all I put. So I'm going to delete that. I selected it, deleted it, and click OK, and then it will populate the title information in there. All of the palettes are the same with the exception of product data. If you don't know what I mean by the same, I'm referring to the simple product video, which should be viewed before this product video. So, product data, you see here it's selected variable product. A variable product consists of attributes and variations. So I'm going to click in the attribute first. And you can see here that I have the weight set of attributes. So when I click to expand it, you can either click there or you can click this arrow or anywhere in the title bar. Okay, I have a list of the values. The values have to be separated by a bar and a space. It has to be this format or it won't work. So if I wanted to keep that going, I could hit space, bar, space, and then type example. Excuse me. Then I'm going to save those attributes and come over to variation. Now, when this palette expands, you'll see all the variations except that example one. Now, what I'm going to do is add that by running the batch mechanism of create variations from all attributes. When this runs, it will recognize that these have been created. It won't duplicate these, and it will only create the single variation of example. Okay, so I've selected this. I'm going to click go. It's going to give you this warning, max 50 per run. Don't worry about that. And we're going to click OK. One variation added. We're going to close that. And there is that example variation. Okay, so I'm going to remove that now because it's just an example. Then I'm also going to go back into attributes, expand the weight category again, and delete that example and bar. Save, and then we're back to the starting point again. Okay. Now, the difference with variations or a variable product and a simple product is that this has one singular inventory entry and price entry, where a variable product has that for each of the variations. So as I expand these, you can see that there's a price scheme, there's the inventory scheme, and it's that way for each one. Okay, so I'm going to just go to the first one and talk about it briefly. They need to be enabled to be viewed. They are not downloadable or virtual. They do need to be managed the stock needs to be managed. You are going to populate regular price, sale price if applicable, the purchase price if you're filling that out, the supplier if you're filling that out, the quantity of stock. Do not allow back orders, which is global, so this is the default, don't change it. The store-wide threshold is 2 for low stock, don't change that. The shipping information you don't need to worry about, nor the description. Once you have filled all of those out, the save button, I didn't actually change anything. So I'm going to change this to 18. That way you can see it. The save button is right here. And if you didn't catch that, what I did was I clicked next to it to activate it. I could have clicked anywhere. My cursor was still activated in regular price, like how you can see this blue line around it. So it didn't trigger this to generate. By clicking out and leaving it, the database recognizes it's a new entry and prompts me to save the change. So I've saved that change. Now, this is very important. It is only saved in here. It is not updated on the file yet. To do that, I will have to click publish. So if you ever go in and edit the pricing inside the variable product area, it's 2 steps: save changes, publish, or update. Okay? So with the categories, you can see that I've added the taxonomy for the flower. So we're going to say that this is an indica exotic, and we'll leave it at that, but we could also select hybrid or sativa. With the hybrids, I also put those in the indica and sativa categories because they are hybrids. So just like with the other product, you can click here and add the product image. Then you can also click here and add gallery images as well, just like the other one. So the only difference between the simple product and the variable product is within the attributes and variation tabs. Once you click publish, you will get a message back saying that the product is published right here. Okay? And you see now that that publish button has changed to update. That means it's live.